Good morning, YouTube. I would be a little bit more enthusiastic, but honestly, I am so tired from yesterday's workout. Yesterday's workout was early in the morning, but man, we were feeling it. My abs are sore, my chesticles are sore, all of it is sore. And we're about to dive into where am I going? We're about to dive into two protein blueberry pancakes. If you're wondering what protein I use most of the time, it's going to be from HTLT subs. So use code Josh. Oh, totally forgot to take my vitamins. Thank you for sitting there, vitamins. Reminding me that I need to take you. We are taking vitamins from Kroger, a multivitamin gummy, because you know what? Your guy just loves gummies. Gummy bears or gummy worms? What's your go-to? What's your favorite texture? Worms? Oh man, I feel like I grew up on gummy worms because my mom would make dirt and worms pudding. Like she'll make like a chocolate pudding and put like graham crackers and like brownie crumbles and then put a worm on top. My mom will make that pretty regularly. You know what? Speaking of my mom, kudos to her for making delicacies and desserts that were very artistic looking. Like she would make these pudding cups, and on top of it, she would put the dirt, which was the brownie mix or crumbs, or I think they were Oreo crumbs actually. And then she would put the worm and make it look aesthetically pleasing on top of the dirt. And then she would position the graham cracker in the cup as if it was a tombstone. So it's like a tombstone, kind of telling your mind that it's dirt and there's a worm next to it. So I always thought that was really unique. And there was another time that my mom made a birthday cake. I'm really obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yes, I am old enough where I watched the OG one where it was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I do prefer the 2000 versions where it was just like Turtles got it off, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that one's really good. And then I stopped watching anything that was new for Ninja Turtles after that because I feel like 2000 Ninja Turtles was like the best one. Like the story arcs, like it went for years, and the character development. The Shredder had the best Shredder in that universe too. It was A1 sauce, is what people say these days. Um, and yeah, why am I talking about that? I don't know. Make your food look pretty. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, this is a random thing I want to talk about. Um, I always get into these videos wondering, like, what am I going to talk about today? Just because I always wonder, I'm like, man, I don't know how people find me entertaining, but I was talking to my dad on the phone yesterday, and wow, this is weird, Dad, you're watching me. So I'm kind of talking to you right now. But he was saying that I'm kind of a funny guy, and for me personally, I've never thought I was a funny guy. Like, I'm not the type of guy, you know how when you're in your high school classroom and there's that funny kid that just makes jokes and the whole classroom laughs and everybody's like, ha 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 ha. I never was like that. I was more to myself and just like sitting there in my seat and just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna draw on my desk and do my best to pass this class because I can't retain any information. Like, guys, my schooling was so bad sometimes. Like, it was hard for me to focus that I had to take summer school like almost every year just because it was hard for me to comprehend. And speaking of comprehension, we were talking about it. My mom, she put me in comprehension classes for summer school, even if I did well in my school year, just to make sure that I was learning something and just improving my way of speaking, all that stuff. And I remember I would cry hoping that my crying would stop her from like enrolling me, but no, it didn't work. Yeah, crying doesn't work, guys. It only could do so much. The only thing that does work if you fake hurling into a toilet and making it seem like you have a stomach ache and you're vomiting, that's when it works. That's when I would pass from school, pass from going to church sometimes on Sundays, and yeah. Don't follow my example though. It's not worth it. It was super lame. Like I just stayed in bed and did nothing all day. But yeah. Anyways, um, well, another comment that I got was some of y'all thinking I'm hot or I'm like super attractive or a hottie, whatever, which is like super funny to me, just because um, I guess I still feel like here and there. I'm in my 23-year-old, 16-year-old body, and which is funny because if you compare me now to high school, I was 126 pounds. I woke up this morning at 180, so it's just like it's a huge difference. I always just saw myself as that skinny, small, frail kid. And when people say I'm hot, I always associate the word hot with my sister because my sister, when she met her husband, who was this big Samoan dude and like he's jacked, uh, she'll always just rave like he's so hot, good looking, blah blah blah. And so when I hear that, I picture him, and then I compare myself. I'm just like I'm not as good looking as him. And then on top of that too, in high school, I didn't. This is kind of a lie, but it's like I never saw myself to be an attractive guy to pursue girls. But that's kind of a lie just because girls did pursue me just because I was attractive. But I think part of it too was like I had hair this long. So part of it, I wonder if I just had pretty feminine features with the long hair and they just thought that was like attractive, unique, different. And I wasn't a jerk too. There was like, I mean, around that time in high school, there's a lot of like whiny little boys, right? And just like, let's be honest, very overly excited boys that want to experience um, girls in a very intimate way, nasty way. But I was the type of kid where I was just kind of like, nah, I don't feel like doing that until I was like, maybe the hormones came in later. Yeah, sure. But it was just like, yeah, let me tell you a story about that. I was so, what's that word page? Delusional or like you don't know anything about like something ignorant? Is it ignorant? Maybe I'm super ignorant. I remember this one time in high school, my freshman or something year, there's this girl that just liked me, but I didn't know she liked me. And I was sitting down, like we all like line up before we get into class. I was sitting down. I remember there was supposed to be like this water fountain, but the water fountain was taken out. So I was just sitting down in the hole in the wall where the water fountain was. And then she just comes over and then she like jumps on my lap, sits down on my lap with her arms over me. And I'm like, I remember I was sitting there, I was just like, why is she doing this? Like, she must be super like tired and want to be comfortable and just sit on my lap. So I'm just like, okay, like delusional. Right, right? Is that the right word? Delusional? Like naive. That's what it is. Naive. So I remember I was like, there's situations like that where I'm just like, what is going on? Or there's this other time where she was a year older than me, so that was like a big deal. Like I was like standing outside of my wrestling room, and I was just like sitting there, and like this girl was just like, "Hi, how are you?" And then she like has her arm over, and then and we had a whole conversation, and I was just like, I guess I put my hands on her hips and we just talk. Like I just didn't like connect. Like, oh, she probably liked me, or yeah, just like random weird situations like that. I just didn't give myself the time of day of like, oh, these people like me. I should go pursue them. But like it was happening to me and I was just like clueless. So it's a little bit about me. And but I learned over time when I went into college, I wanted to find a wife, a really great one at that. I was just like, all right, we gotta it's game time, baby. We need to really pursue and find the one, right? And yeah, went on dates like 2 to 3. I'm not even kidding. I went on dates like 2 to 3 times a week. I had someone who challenged me like go once a week, and it became 2 times just because your boy loves to eat. And so I would purposely use dating as an excuse. Like if I want to go out to eat, I have to go take someone else, even though it costs more money. It was just like it just enhances and betters my experience. I mean, let's be honest. We enjoy company with people, and on top of that, um, there were times where I would eat by myself, and those times are good too. Where do you guys like going to eat by yourselves? For me, on my birthday, I would either go to Jamba Juice by myself, or I would go to a Hawaiian restaurant by myself, just get like a teriyaki beef entree, the teriyaki sauce on it, obviously, and with rice, with a macaroni salad, and then like a pineapple smoothie with it. Like that's what I would get by myself. Or sometimes I would go to In-N-Out Burger, get myself a burger with fries. I'm talking so much. We're gonna put 28 grams of peanut butter on one of these pancakes, and then we're gonna put 31 grams of sugar-free syrup. So I'm gonna get to this, and then probably see me in the gym. 28. I have 28. Oh my gosh, 28. 28. Oh, it's really tricky trying to get peanut butter outside of an organic peanut butter jar, just because it's so running. I had to let it like drip until I could get the exact number. And sometimes I could get too thick where I get overestimate. Anyways, cool. I'll see you in my pre-workout stack. Guys, I am absolutely struggling. I sat down here on my couch and I did my morning ritual of writing a little bit in my journal. I was reading Berserk, reading Shoe Dog, and I was reading scriptures. When I say scriptures, I mean like New, Old Testament, that type of stuff. And yeah, I'm sinking in this couch right now, and I'm feeling so cozy and warm, especially with this blanket right here. If you can tell, it's a Pokemon blanket. I've had this since I was like a little kid. Look at the little Pokeball. Look at it. It's Pikachu holding a Pokeball. Oh man, he's like so you can't even really see him. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just here with my boy Lamar. Here, let me show you my boy Lamar. So Paige wanted to get one of these plushy things, and that's Lamar. He's a chubby little shark because we like sharks. See, Paige's aesthetic. She wants to. My favorite color is blue, so we have this baby blue shark, and then she likes pink. So if we panel this way, that's why she got that little pink dice. And yeah, we just got to add more to the aesthetic here. I don't even know what we'll get next. Oh, what we want to do is we want to set up a record player, and then we want to put like the vinyls like on the walls. So we're trying to look for vinyls that have blues and pinks just to make the whole aesthetic match. And right now we're looking at Lana Del Rey's Born to Die because the background is blue, and then The Weeknd has some albums that have some blue in it too. So that's just a little bit of how we're planning our setup here. We're pretty minimalistic. Like, to be honest, guys, when we moved here, it took us like 2 to 3 car rides from our last place to here. We're pretty like we don't even get like U-Haul trucks or anything. We just smash all into boxes and then we're good to go. On top of that, we don't have like big furniture either. Like the main furniture we have is just our bed and this couch. We moved here without a couch, so we just planned on buying a couch because we live on one of the top floors, and I just didn't feel like carrying a couch all the way up here. And then on top of that, we haven't had a TV for 4 years. Can you believe that? But it's until this year, until a friend offered a TV for us. So I was just like, oh, sick. Now we have a TV, and it's funny because if you see this, that stand right there, that stand is actually we found it outside the trash, the garbage at our complex, and like we were just driving on our way out to like I think grocery shopping. When we saw it, we were just like, oh my gosh, that looks like it could work. And so we grabbed it, tipped it to the side, saw all these spiders running around it. It was only out there for about like 12 hours because it was new. We've never seen it before. But yeah, that's I guess that's how we do things. We are like little hermit crabs, just minding our own business. And then once we find something that we could use, we're just like, yes, let's grab it. Even like stools, we have a little island over there, right? Um, and the stools that are next to it. You see the stools? I don't know. I'm too lazy to get up. Uh, I think those were like $40, and we had to drive like an hour to pick them up. But we're just like, yeah, we'd rather drive an hour and like pay very little for these stools, just because for one stool, it could be like at least the stools we want. There could be like $100 to $150, and I don't want to drop $400+ on stools. So yeah, man, I'm so rambling right now. Let's go get some pre-workout. Still trying to decide where we want to want to take our taste buds. I had pre-pump yesterday, so we're totally gonna have a strawberry margarita. And as you can see, we have all the flavors. We got orange cream, strawberry margarita, peach rings. This is all Paige's supplements. Well, those are her supplements, and then I got pink candy, and then you know what? We're gonna go with tiger's blood. So use code Josh. Look how pretty those look. You see, when it comes to supplements, I need them to look pretty. And then Paige wanted me to get this. I'm actually curious how this tastes like. I've never had like sebum stuff, but yeah, ignore that. Use code Josh for that and Oreos. Imagine I was sponsored by Oreos. That would be wild. But let's get this started. Nothing fancy, guys. See how I just set you up on my counter, and I'm just like doing my thing. Actually, let me go put some water in this. I'll be right back, and we're gonna destroy this tiger's blood real quick. I'm really liking the aesthetic of you see this right here. It's like, oh, what is that? They're beets, and then here is just like my drink. I like playing with perspective and just, I don't know, setting up the camera in random spots of the place rather than having to find the perfect spot with a tripod. I mean, I have my tripod and all, but anyways, you got to make it interesting for, I don't say for yourself, just because I feel like some people, when they're trying to get into YouTube for the first time, they really overcomplicate things and try to like find the perfect angles, the perfect script, the perfect everything. And I've experimented, not really experimented. I put less pressure on myself just by not really caring about how my stuff is edited or what I talk about. I just figured I'd just be me. And if you like me, awesome, welcome. But if you don't, then there's like millions of people on here. Like, yeah, it's all good. Let's taste this. That's really good. It's just like a slightly sugary watermelon. That's very creamy as well. Tastes like just fresh, good old tiger's blood. Is tiger's blood like a drink, like alcohol? Because I've never had alcohol, so I wouldn't even know how a tiger's blood even tastes like. But I mean, it's watermelon. It's good. I approve. Well, we are going to be recording daily. At least we're going to strive to, because now that we're monetized, something tells me we really got to push it. We got to grind hard. This is the new 9 to 5. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'll see you at the gym. It's a good old back day. So we're going to see how small my lats look like right now. Watch them grow within like 2 sets. I'm definitely one of those guys where I'm definitely a blimp when it comes to working out. I just look kind of like deflated, but right when I work out, I'm just like, so stay tuned. Come on, 5. Oh. Stand out without trying to stand out is today's lesson. I'm listening to Alex Hormozi, and he's talking a lot about how what makes content creators or just people's success in general is that they're not afraid to share what's on their mind. And I feel like here on YouTube it's such a safe, happy space for me because I treat it like a journal. So I speak about anything and everything that's on my mind. I do it, part of it is just because the little boy in me was very insecure and felt like he was toned down a lot because he was the youngest in the family. He didn't know any better. So having the freedom, being away from home, having life experience, and just really voicing out my experiences in general is really healing me to overcome those habits of being silent to myself and suffering in silence. So, which is another lesson too I learned at animation school. When I did animation school, I thought if I followed everything correctly, then I would be able to get an A. But I suffered in silence. I didn't seek out for help, and therefore I failed. Well, I didn't get a good grade. That's what I'm trying to say. So to get a good grade in life experience, you gotta share what's on your mind, seek for help. Be humble is what my dad tells me. We're not vain or prideful here. If anything, I fear pride. Have you ever you guys like open a bag of berries and like see your hand like this? It makes me think about Venom from, Venom and Carnage from Spider-Man. That's what I think about. I'm just like, oh, I'm becoming a blueberry symbiote. Oh my gosh, come on. Open up. We're having 70 grams of good old blueberries. 71 grams apparently. 70? 71? Yeah, 71 grams of blueberries. I put 100 grams of oats, just this one right here. And then I'm having a scoop of vegan protein powder. No, I'm not vegan. We just want to try it. And then I put a cup of cold water too. I usually do almond milk, but now that I think about it, almond milk and water taste the same. And water is no calories, obviously. So, I was about to put the blueberries in the fridge. We want that to be in the freezer, so check that out. Look at that little oatmeal. I need to wash my hands before I get everything turned. Ooh, when you mix it up, everything just changes colors. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, I almost spilled it over. Cool. I'm just gonna end the video right here, guys, because I need to work in about an hour, and I really want to enjoy this meal without any distractions or having to worry about work, just because part of editing these videos, it is time consuming. Even though it takes me about 10 minutes to actually edit the video, yes, it only takes me 10 minutes. So it doesn't take that long. Yo, look at that. It kind of makes me think about tar. Like dinosaurs when they were singing tar. I don't know. That's tasty. I'm gonna put peanut butter in it too. Anywho, like, comment, subscribe, do all those good things for me and Paige, and then manifest your inner greatness and be uncommon. Take uncommon action, all right? So love you guys. Bye.